Hey everyone, welcome back. And there's so many more of you now. Hi, welcome everyone. For all of you new people, my name is Kelly. I live in New Jersey, in the southern part, not in the like New York-y part, I'm in like the Philadelphia part. And I'm a knitter. And I'm gonna talk about this more later, but I am learning to spin. So I wouldn't call myself a spindler yet because, oh my God, I'm a joke at the moment, but maybe eventually that'll be a thing. This is the third real episode of this podcast. I just got back from Rhinebeck Sheep and Wool Festival, New York Sheep and Wool. If you're not familiar, oh my God, it is the Woodstock of yarn. It's Yarnapalooza. It's like the E3 of yarn. It's the San Diego Comic-Con of yarn. I think that's every like major thing I can think of to compare it to, but it's huge. It was my first time going, and it was incredible. It was very overwhelming, but it was incredible. So I did post a video yesterday of the footage I was able to take at Indie Untangled, which is a trunk show of indie dyers and producers, which is not officially a part of Rhinebeck. It's held in Kingston, which is the town right next door to Rhinebeck, and it's sort of like a kickoff event to Rhinebeck, but it is not officially a part of the Rhinebeck Festival. So it's for the indie dyers who haven't been able to get into Rhinebeck, essentially. It's very difficult to get a booth at Rhinebeck because once you're into Rhinebeck, you never leave Rhinebeck. They say in order to get a spot in Rhinebeck, someone has to die. So Indie Untangled is where a bunch of other amazing indie yarn producers and dyers and etc. Are able to vend the night before. So if you're interested in seeing that footage, you can click over to that. It's really just about 2 minutes long. I was very hopeful that I would be able to get more footage, but Indie Untangled is, picture Black Friday. That's about right. It's the Black Friday of yarn. It was madness. It was complete chaos. Oh, hi Arizona. Sorry, puppy wants to make himself heard, if not seen. Stop sniffing the yarn. Back it up. Hey, back it up. Go play with something. Go play with the kitten. Where's he at? He's best friends with the kitten in this house. That's not my puppy, for the record. I'm temporarily staying with my outlaws, which are the in-laws that I'm not married into yet, therefore they're my outlaws. So I'm puppy sitting during the day. So I apologize for all the noise he makes. There's very little I can do about it. And he's mostly harmless, so I just let him be noisy. Anywho, so Indie Untangled. Okay, so it starts technically at 4 o'clock, but from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, it's VIPs only. Now, I didn't even know about Indie Untangled at the time that they were selling VIP tickets, so totally missed my opportunity for that. That's fine. I probably wouldn't have bought them even if I had known, because I would have figured it's a free event. Why would I want to buy a ticket? So then at 5 o'clock, they let everyone else in, and it runs from 5 to 8. So I arrived at my hotel. I stayed in Socrates at something like 3 o'clock, and then I had lunch. And it was about 4, and I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and head over. I'll be early. I'll probably be really bored. There'll be like no one there, so I'll just take a sock to work on and, you know, kill an hour or like 30 to 45 minutes. I arrived, and the line wrapped all the way around the hotel lobby like a snake. Like, boop, full spiral around the entire lobby. Like, there were people in the bar, there were everywhere. I entered, and well, I knew it was going to be crowded by the time I pulled into the parking lot, and there were no parking spots left. I parked like on the side in one of those, like, this is probably not illegal because it doesn't say it's blatantly illegal, but it's definitely not like normal. And everyone in the parking lot, everyone who was out there was in knitwear, and I was like, oh, yep, I have no question as to what these people are here for. And then I get inside, and it was just like totally overwhelming. I was like working my way through trying to find the end of the line, and it just seemed like there was no end. I did post a brief live video on my Instagram feed. I don't really understand Instagram all that well. I think that video's gone if you didn't like catch it within 24 hours or whatever, so okay. But I mean, just like, I pictured the lines at like Walmart or whatever on Black Friday, and that was it, except that everyone was knitting. I've never seen so many socks being knit like all at once. Other things too, but you know, socks are so portable, like, but I did definitely see someone measuring sleeves for a sweater. I was like, oh my God, you're so dedicated. Working on shawls and stuff, and everyone's all wrapped up in their knitwear. Saw some gorgeous shawls there, just waiting in line. But let me tell you, it was about 1,000,000 degrees in that line because there were so many people packed so close together. I went wearing a shawl and a hat, and I had a sweater with me, but I knew it was too warm at the time I was going over. It was like 75. So I had it just packed to put on later on, but I had to take off my hat. I had to take off my shawl. It was so hot. And that was at 4:30, and I thought like I was gonna be the weirdo who was early. Wrong. So then at 5, when they filter everyone in, it's just like, it's jam-packed in there. I kind of beelined to the Hue Loco booth because I was very determined to get my hands on some of her new colorways. So I kind of fought my way over there. It was just chaotic. The walls of bodies were so thick that it was actually really difficult to shop at most of the booths. You kind of needed to know what you wanted. There wasn't much like physical room for browsing and like picking things up and putting them down and that sort of thing. Some booths were not like that, but the really popular ones, the Lemonade Shop and Hue Loco and Vine. Oh my God, don't even get me started on Vine. I was looking at the map before we got in, and I see Vine is right next to the doors, and I was like, sweet, like I'll be able to get in there. Wrong. Like just fighting your way into the room past the crowd of people shopping at Vine was like impossible. So I got to like see it from afar, like when, you know, like when you're like the short person at a concert and you're like, trying to peek around people, like that was me at Vine. So needless to say, I did not buy any Vine. It was not possible. But I did manage to make my way around the room. It was, again, super overwhelming. I bought a lot of stuff, which I am gonna show you. But then by the time I kind of like finished, I was like, I need to get out of here. This is like sensory overload, completely overwhelming. So I went out to my car and put all my purchases away, and I was about to leave, and then I was like, I didn't take any footage for the podcast. So I went back in, braved the crowds for you guys, accidentally bought more yarn, oops, and did manage to get some footage. It's lousy footage, I apologize. It's just like, you're just jam-packed in, and I'm like trying to take video of things and not be in anyone's way, and I'm completely overwhelmed, and I'm like sweating, and I'm dehydrated. It was brutal, guys. So my overall summary of Indie Untangled is I would only do it again if I can get the VIP tickets to get in. Those tickets are not free, but I forget how much they cost. I think they were something like $35, but what that gets you is an hour with only the VIPs, like breathing room, and you also get a tote bag, and I think you get a yarn with it. Stay tuned at indieuntangled.com. I think that's their website, and I'm sure they'll have details once they start getting ready for next year's. But it was fun, but really, like, it was intense. So I would personally only do it again if I could get in at the VIP hour and be able to like breathe a little bit. An amazing thing that happened at Indie Untangled. Holy cow, guess who I met? I met Jody and Tracy, the grocery girls. I have a pin to prove it, but I forgot to bring it down with me. But I have a pin to prove it. I've got a grocery girls pin. They were so sweet, and I have anxiety, and being in like really crowded like loud and tight spaces like that. Really freaks me out. So it was kind of difficult for me to kind of like gather myself to talk to them. And also I am the most starstruck with like niche celebrities, you know, like knitting podcast stars, for example. And so I was like kind of a mess. I was like, I love you guys so much. And they were very sweet. I wanted to get a picture with them, but then someone else kind of like got in there. I was like, hey, and it was kind of game over for me. But I did see them again on Saturday at Rhinebeck properly, and I didn't approach them there because I'm too awkward. Couldn't handle it. But that was amazing. They're so sweet. They're so awesome. They were hanging out at the Q Loco booth because she had a new colorway. She had 2 new sets. That's what it was. Shut the Front Door and I Can't Even. I was very tempted by both, but I felt like I didn't know about them ahead of time, and so I wasn't kind of like mentally prepared to buy them. And when you're buying a set that's like $80 to $100, I forget how much it was, I felt like I needed to not do that totally impulsively. I needed to kind of think about it. And it was for a particular shawl pattern, which is new, and I think it's Surprise Party. I'll try to double check myself, and if I'm wrong, I'll put that in the show notes, which are boop, right down here. If I'm right though, I'm not putting any notes. So if there's no notes down there, it was Surprise Party. So that's cool. I'll definitely check them out again on her website. Nicole's website, Hugh Loco, her shop, is a little, it's easier to shop, generally speaking, than something like Vine. Like Vine, you have about 30 seconds to grab something in a shop update, and you're likely to get cart jacked and not get the thing you wanted. Hugh Loco is not really like that. I think that generally you can take a little time and shop and like get the things you want. So I will like sit with these things and like decide what I really need to have. She has a backyard chicken line that I'm very interested in. I did almost get some at Untangled, but I was thinking like I don't really have a pattern planned for this yet, so let me like sit and wait. And I know that those are generally available on her website, so it wasn't something I felt like I had to grab while I was there. So I'll go back to that. But anyway, that's Untangled. That's Friday. Saturday, I was at Rhinebeck. I got in line at 7:30 in the morning at the ticket gate. I was like, I don't know, like 12th in line or something. And it was lovely. Honestly, I highly recommend like going early and waiting in line. There's other knitters there. Everyone's very friendly. I was in line next to a woman named Mary. Hi, Mary, if you see this. I think she subscribed while we were in line, actually, so hi. And we were just chit-chatting about knitting and yarn and our plans for Rhinebeck, and she had been before a few times. Most of the people who were in line at that early of a time were waiting to run either to Miss Babs or to Jenny's Pottery. I actually was not super interested in either of those. In fact, I was at the line that's closest to Jenny's Pottery, so that's where everyone was like really going. I didn't have anything planned for Rhinebeck where it was like, oh my god, I have to go get this before it sells out. I was mostly planning to just kind of like take everything in. And so the gates open at 9 and people are like racing to the pottery booth, and I'm just like, la la, I don't know where I'll go first. I did end up in the souvenir tent line first, kind of by accident. I just saw that it was there and I was like, oh, I want a tote bag. And I'm so glad that I got in that line when I did, because 1, it's super long. 2, they sold out of tote bags on day 1. I'm gonna show you my whole haul in a bit, but let me show you this tote bag because it's amazing. Okay, look at this bad boy, it's huge. 1, I love the cute little design they had for this here. Oh, it's not straightening out, oof. Well, you get the idea. Very sturdy canvas bag, gotta love it. The back has 2 big pockets. Oh, I just found my hat in here. Oh, the program's in here too, isn't it? Wah. And then the inside, so it's a zipper top, which is great. And then, oh my god, I've got so much stuff in here, you guys. Haul. I'll show that in a bit. So the inside, if I can do this, see that nice zipper pocket on the inside? Amazing! Like, you can travel with a project and like all the notions you need for that project so well. These were $39, which is a lot for a tote bag. Like, in the rest of life, I would probably be like, are you kidding? I'm not gonna pay $39 for a tote bag. But this is a phenomenal tote bag, and it's an awesome little souvenir. And I mean, you could make this a project bag for like an enormous project, like something with like 6 skeins of yarn you could tote around in here, or you can just use it for like your shopping and life. I love it. This is probably my new like go-to bag for like the farmer's market or whatever. Though I do want to keep it nice and clean so I can keep using it for yarn toting purposes, but very glad I managed to snag that. And then I just kind of wandered around all over the place. I think I managed to look at every single vendor inside of Rhinebeck, which is a lot of them. And then at 10 o'clock on Saturday, I went to work for the Buffalo Wool Co. And I worked their booth until 1 o'clock. And that was fantastic. I don't know if working for just like any vendor would be just as much fun, but you know, if you're going to Rhinebeck and you don't have like super solid plans for like every hour of the day, and someone's looking for a volunteer, consider it. It was fun. I got to talk to a lot of knitters, got to experience a yarn I had never even known existed prior to that. And it was a great time. And so I was helping people, just picking out yarns and things. Had a ton of fun. I mean, I was really exhausted after it because it kind of got warm in there. It was just a hot day. It was a hot weekend. Which was nice, but like kind of unfortunate, you know, you want to wear your wools, but oh well. But other than that, I had a fantastic time doing that. Ron and Teresa, who are the owners of the Buffalo Wool Co., were so sweet. Hi guys, if you ever see this. Their yarn is incredible. Incredible. I have no reason to be pushing this yarn. None. I'm not getting any sort of like incentive or whatever. It's fantastic. Now, it's not cheap. It is pricey. It is a pricey yarn. But you know what? If you're like looking for a nice yarn to treat yourself with, go for it. thebuffalowoolco.com. Phenomenal. Their earth base is a fingering weight, which is 90% bison and 10% nylon. Fantastic. Their sexy base is 50% buffalo bison and 50% silk. That's phenomenal. The sheen on that is gorgeous. That's also a fingering weight. Just, you guys, this stuff is awesome. And with your yarn purchase, they do give you a free pattern off their website, which is really cool too. I did not treat myself to any of it. Still technically, no, I guess not anymore. Last weekend I was still technically unemployed, but I did just have my first day of work on Monday, thank God. Whew. So I'll start having paychecks. So I did not go for any yarn. They were willing to pay me in yarn, but I took the cash instead because, again, I haven't had a paycheck in a couple of months. But would I absolutely buy it later? Yes, it was phenomenal. So I did ask Ron some things about like how bison works up, and it does not felt, it does not pill. It is machine washable and dryable. What? And it is so soft, you guys, and so warm, and it's more moisture wicking than wool is. Like, phenomenal. Treat yourself to this yarn if you can. I will, as soon as I can. And I will show you it all worked up. He handed me a sample shawl that was their very first like sample item for booths, and it was knit up in their earth base, the 90% bison, 10% nylon, and it was in perfect condition. And 30 to 40 shows a year they have it out, and people are rubbing it and like handling it, and it's getting packed up and taken to shows, and that thing was in perfect condition. Like, I would love to have a garment that I knew I could just machine wash and dry, and it's not gonna get messed up. I mean, obviously everything lasts longer if you wash it by hand, but it's not going to get destroyed in the washer and the dryer. And that's phenomenal. So yeah, go just take a look. Their colorways are gorgeous. Ron dyes them all himself. They're gorgeous. They really are. And they did have a new sweater pattern that they had launched like for the event, and they had the sample on display, and it was gorgeous. I helped a woman pick out colors for that, and she's gonna have the most bangin' sweater. Oh my god. Anyway, so that was Saturday morning and afternoon, and then I explored more. I went over to the Merritt bookstore stand. It's like basically half or like a quarter of the B building is just devoted to them. And I met the editors of Pom Pom Mag. Oh, Lydia Gluck and Megan Fernandez. So sweet, so nice. And I had to introduce myself to Lydia and be like, oh my god, I'm such a huge fan of the podcast. They were really sweet. And I got the, I can't resist showing you this right now. So it was their 5th anniversary this year, and they reprinted their first edition. So here's the reprinted edition of the first Pom Pom Mag. Look how beautiful. And I got it autographed. Palm on, XO Megan up here. And then down here it says, what does it say? Lovely to meet you, Kelly, from Lydia. Hi, Lydia and Megan. If you ever see this, you won't, but hi. Anyway, I really wish Sophie Scott could have been there too, because oh my god, how much do I love Lydia and Sophie from the Pomcast. They're so sweet. But, so now I've got this, and it's actually the first issue of Pom Pom that, well, it is the first issue of Pom Pom, but also it's my first issue of Pom Pom, and I'm gonna treasure it. Really like to cast this on, Wick Lane by Megan Fernandez. How gorgeous. And I really, you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be casting on a lot of stuff from here. Look at these socks, these Kipper. How gorgeous are they? Yeah, anyway, so some dream knits going on in here. Definitely will be casting on a few of these projects. Sorry, that noise underneath me, which you don't know that, but it's the puppy's picky toy. It snorts. Anyway, and I got Bristol Ivy's new book, which was only available at Rhinebeck until its actual launch date, which is either in December or the beginning of next year, and I don't remember which one, but I'll try to put it in the show notes. Knitting Outside the Box by Bristol Ivy, and this was published by Pom Pom Press, and I really did want to get it signed by Bristol, and I missed every opportunity that I had to do that. Sorry, but that's okay, because you know what, I haven't knit any Bristol Ivy yet, so I would feel like kind of a phony being like, can you sign my book? But I'm a big fan of her work. This book is gorgeous. Again, no reason to be pushing this. No one is going to pay me anything for it. It's gorgeous. So it's not just an amazing pattern book, and it is that, but she also gives you a bunch of knitting exercises to sort of change the way you think about knitting and help you to design your own pieces. And I've been thinking sort of in that mindset recently, and I think that this is going to be such a huge help with that. I mean, oh my god, the patterns in here. The photography is just fantastic. Let me show you some of these. Where's, ooh, you know what? Let me show you the piece that I'd like have to get on my needles sometime soon. Where are you? I can't remember which section that was in. I bet it was in the short rows section. Wasn't it? Here we go. It's there. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. She's named every pattern in the book after like important women of history. Like, I love you, Bristol. Okay, look at this. Look at that pullover. You guys. This is called Arbus. Oh my god, that's gorgeous. Also, just hold on a second. Look at that model. How gorgeous is that model? Oh my god. I wish I could be her. Just kidding, sorry. And this one is named after Diane Arbus, who is an American photographer. And just, oh my god. Look at it. Oh, I really would love to do this in like a cream main color and then like a light blue as the accent color. That has to get on my needles soon. And that's just one of them. Like this book, I think it has 15 patterns, and then it does have also some stitch dictionary action going on here. These are twisted stitches, or what was this part? Tucks, rather. And then slipped stitches and cables, and this book, and it's such a like joy to read. Look at the back cover. Oh my God. This book is gorgeous. And inside of the book there is a download code for the ebook. Nice. So I'll have to do that. As soon as this is out, you have to get it, you guys. I'm in love with it. It smells good too. Just gonna put that out there if you're one of those people like me. I literally cracked it open at the booth and I'm flipping through it and I was like, and the woman working the table was like, I'm like, sorry, don't mind me smelling things. Well, can't say I'm not very authentic anyway. So that was Saturday. And then Saturday night there was Jillian Draper was having a studio party and I really wanted to go, but oh my God, I was so exhausted I felt like I was gonna die. Like I was so tired when I left the festival. I went back to my hotel room. There was a diner like attached to the hotel. I went there for dinner. I went back to my room and I just like laid in my bed and I knit and watched TV and went to bed at like 9. I got back to my hotel room probably at like 6:30 and I was like, well, I'm done. Pants off, I am done. I was so exhausted. I couldn't believe how exhausted I was. But very happy, just like dead. So I did miss that. And then Sunday, I, took my time a lot more on Sunday and I went to the diner for breakfast and met 2 lovely ladies and I want to say hi to them. Rachel and Tamara, hi. They were staying at the same hotel and just happened to be eating breakfast at the same time as me. But I went in and I recognized them from the Buffalo Wool Co. stand the day before. I had spoken to them. And so we got to chit-chatting and Rachel was so sweet and was like, do you want to join us for breakfast? And I was like, yes. So I sat and had breakfast with them and we got to know each other a little bit and they're fantastic. So let me say, Rachel is Rachel Brockman. Go check out her designer page on Ravelry. She's incredible. She actually has published a pattern in Pom Pom before, in Pom Pom Quarterly, which is the, I hope I don't get this name wrong, I think it's the Tinea cardigan, and it is gorgeous. You guys, I really need to make that. I'm like terrified of cardigan making for some reason. But I need to make that. It's gorgeous. Well done. She was so sweet, and her friend Tamara, so sweet. She is 30, probably 8 weeks pregnant by the time I'm shooting this, so I'm thinking of you. So she'll have a precious little baby coming sometime soon, so congratulations. And the 2 of them, they were just so nice, and we had so much fun just chit-chatting, and that was so nice. So hi ladies, if you're watching. And let's keep in touch. Tamara, obviously, I don't blame you for like focusing on your baby. Do that. But keep in touch, ladies. Rachel has designed a hat called Until Dawn, which, if you don't know, is the name of a really awesome video game. An amazing video game. My partner and I both played it probably like a year ago, two years ago? I don't know. But it's this incredible video game. I won't talk too much about it. And she designed a hat inspired by that, and I have to knit it. I have to knit it. I probably have to knit like 3 of them, as a matter of fact. I definitely have to give one to my partner Michael because it's Until Dawn in a hat. Like, we have to have it. So I'm gonna be getting that on my needles sometime soon. Gotta pick out the right yarn and etc. But that's going on the needles. So the lovely and talented Rachel Brockman, everyone. And then I did go back to the festival, walked around, did a bit of shopping, which I'll show you in a bit. And you know, it was great. I got an apple cider donut. Yes, they're so good. So my pointer with Rhinebeck, if you can only go one day, go Sunday. Seriously, skip Saturday, go Sunday if you can only go one day, because it was much quieter. If you don't mind that you will have missed out on some of the things that were like the Rhinebeck exclusive kind of things, go Sunday. Calmer, quieter, more breathing room, shorter lines for food, etc. Like, go Sunday. Sunday was great. Yeah, it was just, the whole thing was overwhelming but fantastic. It was gorgeous. The weather was beautifully sunny. It was a fantastic time. So I think it's time I start showing you some hauls. Okay, so most of what I bought at Indie Untangled. So we'll start with that. Okay, just get out of the way. Okay. Not that one. Oh, here we go. So let's start with the Hue Loco, I think. Ooh, no, Arizona, no. God. I dropped a mini and he was like, ooh, ball. Can't blame him, that was my fault. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3. Bam! Hue Loco, what's up? Okay, let's do one at a time here. These are all on her spun sock base, which is an 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. Needless to say, oh my god, it's so soft. Okay, so this is the first one that just like caught my eye and I was like, you know what, I want that. This colorway is called Stardust. Look at it, you guys. Shades of blue, this like goldy brown mustardy color. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that right there. This is gorgeous. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I'm in love with it. I love it. It's gorgeous. Look at that. So that's one. That was not one of the new colorways that I was like racing over there for. But this is, look at this, you guys. It's so much fun. So the base is like just off-white. And then you've got these fantastic speckles and pink, and look at that purple in there. Turquoisey blue, the yellow and the orange. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Oh, right there. Oh my god, you guys. Yarn fumes. So this colorway is Funky Funky. Oh my god, you guys. It's so bright, it's like blowing out a little bit on the camera. Oh my god, look at that yellow. It's like fluorescent. Oh my god. You guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I love it. I almost said a dirty word. I love it. Love this. I love this. It needs to be in a shawl. It needs to. It needs to be in a shawl. I love it. I love it. Nicole! Why are you so talented? Can't stand it. And then, High Five. The other new colorway that I saw on Instagram, and I was like, I'm going to die if I don't purchase that. Look at the blue and the, I can't decide if that's black or like navy. I think it's black. Just a little peak of purple in there. Oh my god, look at the green. Oh my lord. Oh my god, look at that spot right there. Do you want to die? Because I want to die. This color makes me want to die. Nicole, you have made me want to die. In the best way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! I love this. Again, probably going to be a shawl. Because when you have, oh my god, such gorgeous speckles and, oh, different tones. Like, I just, oh, look at that. Like, I just think that a shawl is such a great way to show that off. Just a field of this color. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've died and I've gone to yarn heaven. So those were my 3 from Hue Loco, and let me just tell you that if money was not a concern, I would just, Nicole, just take my money. I'm going to change the direct deposit that I just set up at work, and it's just gonna direct deposit into your bank account, and you just send me the yarn. Just keep it coming. Hue Loco, you guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So then, you know what? Here it is. I found myself at the Molly Girl yarn booth. Now, Molly Girl yarn is from New Jersey. So, hey, Molly Girl yarn, let's be BFFs, because I'm also from New Jersey and your yarn is fantastic. So let's just be BFFs. Thanks. So I was tempted by literally everything at her booth, but I had already bought a bunch of stuff at Hue Loco, and I was like, ouch, my credit card. In fact, my credit card company called me to be like, is that you spending all that money? Because I was like, 1, don't judge me, 2, yes. So I bought these 2. Now that is showing up a little more blue. There we go. Okay, the light keeps changing a little bit, but that is perfect right now. Nope, now it looks more blue. Perfect, okay. So this is her baseline base. Now she names all of her colorways after songs, which, how fun is that? And then she prints on the band the lyrics to the song. Hello, if you need gift yarn, like if you want to gift a yarn to a knitter, crocheter, weaver, or whatever friend, Molly Girl yarns. The colors are gorgeous. It is shockingly affordable for an indie dye, like shockingly affordable. And just like the ball band is gonna be so much fun. Lyrics to the song. Like you could go find your friend's like favorite song, if it's on there, and like send them just come on, you guys. So I picked these 2. And for those of you who pay even the slightest bit of attention to football, you might recognize these as the Eagles colors. So I set them in South Jersey. So all of our sports teams here are Philadelphia, with the exception perhaps of the New Jersey Devils, but I won't start that debate on the podcast. So my father outlaw, Rob, is a huge Eagles fan, and one day I was wearing my hat. Beep. This is a barley. Ah! Oh, it's inside out. There we go. Barley by Tin Can Knits, by the way, free pattern, super easy. It's from their beginners collection. This was my first in the round project. And this is a Juniper Hill Farm yarn, and I don't remember what base, but I know that the colorway is called Junebug. So I was wearing this around the house one day and the Eagles were on, and Rob said to me, I would love a nice Eagles hat like that. Heard you loud and clear, buddy. So I found, I mean, these 2 were like next to each other on the rack, and I was like, oh, the Eagles. So I had to snatch them up. So this gorgeous green, which even if you're like not looking for football colors, which that's great. This one is called Stop Wondering. And the baseline base is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It is a fingering weight. This is 460 yards. How nice is that? Let me try to get a little bit better of a, you know, I feel like I'm just not quite getting it. It's more green than it's coming up. It's not really blue. It's like green. So this is gorgeous. She does hand dye these. This would make phenomenal socks. And then this gorgeous silvery gray is called Between Halloweens, which, how fun is that? But it's like, yeah, it's very tonal. Look at this like light spot here and this darkness here. It's gorgeous. They're both on the same base. So I think I'm gonna be putting together an Eagles hat for my father outlaw. I've been kind of perusing patterns and thinking. The Plucky Knitter just put out a new collection of patterns called Coming Home? Yes. And she has a free pattern in that collection called the Riverview Hat, and it's stripes, and I was thinking maybe I'll do that with this, but I would need a third color, which for the Eagles I would think would have to be a white. So I'm thinking about that. There's also the Go Team Go hat, which I think is also by the Plucky Knitter, now that I'm thinking about it. That's a fun coincidence. And she gives you the pattern for color work, and you pick your team's colors or whatever, and then there's a chart and it'll say like go, whatever team, go. And I was thinking about changing it to Fly Eagles Fly. So that's a fun idea. I will probably end up doing that, because how cute is that, right? He'll have his own Fly Eagles Fly hat, and maybe probably want a white for that still. I currently don't think I have any like white or cream in a fingering white. But a hat will take me like a day to whip up, so I'm not really worrying about it. I could definitely get one later and still cast it on in time for Christmas big time. Oh my god, look at those two. Sorry, I've talked for like an hour just about that. So then I found myself at White Birch Fiber Arts. They have phenomenal self-striping yarns. Holy mackerel. I can't. Bam, 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 bam. Don't mind my sound effects. So this is the 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon self-striping. Her bases don't have like cutesy names, and that's fine. And it is a fingering weight, so this is 400 yards. And these are gonna make bangin' socks. Let's be real. So I picked out two colorways. This one I just happened to fall in love with. I just saw it and I was like, you know what, I love that. And that's why I'm gonna buy it. I don't need any justification. What's up? It is called At Night, the Ice Weasels Come. How fun. So we've got turquoise and like a silvery gray, and then a white and a black, or just like a slate. There we go, like a slate. So that's gonna be so much fun. I do think I have to make socks out of this. I do think they have to be for me because I want them, so there. Yeah, I will probably want to do heels and toes in a complementary color. Oh, so much fun. I can't wait to cast that on. And then this one I actually got for my sister's boyfriend. So my sister and her boyfriend are huge New Jersey Devils fans. Again, not trying to start a fight here, Flyers versus Devils, but so I've been saying I really wanted to knit him like a Devil's hat or socks or gloves, something. Now, sidebar. Hat Trick yarns, which is only available from River City Yarns, but you can get it on their website because they're in Alberta, Canada. But River City Yarns is the exclusive seller of Hat Trick yarns, which is a line of all hockey team themed colorways. And they have a New Jersey Devils yarn. And I've been thinking about buying that for a while. I still might, because how fun would it be to knit him like a Devil's hat using Devil's yarn? Like, but I did find this while I was at Untangled. I love it. So I will probably either do gloves or socks, or maybe I can even do both. 400 yards. That's a maybe. Depends on the socks. Anyway, so that'll definitely be for him for Christmas. And this colorway is called You Know Nothing, Jon Snow. Gotta love that. So it's nice red and a black and that like kind of slatey gray, a white, and then like a light silvery gray. Yeah, great. This is gonna be phenomenal. I saw it all knit up and it was so cute. Well, so manly and devilsy and hockey-ish and fighting someone on the ice. Anyway, it'll be great. So then I found myself, I actually can't remember whose booth I was at. Sorry. Maybe I can find out real quick because I have my Indie Untangled map right here. Look at me with my stars on everyone I wanted to visit. So let me see, it was definitely that room. Oh, okay, Laura Nelkin. Cool. Oh, which makes sense because it literally says right on here, designed by Laura Nelkin. Sorry, I'm dumb. Anyway, so I got myself 2 ornament kits. Sorry, I'm getting a little glare on here. But the lights and the stars. So they are little beaded Christmas ornaments. So it comes with the yarn and beads to make either 3 stellita or 1 stello and 1 stellita or 1 estelar and 1 stellita. So I guess there's the different versions of the pattern that's on the front. And then the download code for the PDF pattern. And it says, with great video tutorials. So I guess I'll find out. I've never done a beaded project before. They were kind of all over the place at Rhinebeck. So I guess that's kind of the thing at the moment. So I guess I gotta get with the times, man. I'm definitely excited to do these. We have a tradition of making Christmas ornaments in my family, and we have, I mean, as little kids, my sister and I would do like the, you know, you hot glue like the styrofoam snowflakes together and whatever kind of projects. We have tons of those sorts of ornaments still. But my mom has always done these very intricate beaded ornaments. If you go to the Mary Maxim website, you can see kind of what I'm talking about. So I did my first ones of that this past year, last Christmas 2016. And it was so fun and so rewarding, and I can't wait to keep making more and more of those. But I love that these are fun little knitted ones that I can do now too. This one, the lights, how fun. If you can see that through the glare, there we go. So this one has the blue yarn, so I'm gonna have the blue ones. And it says that this pattern has 2 different options, Illumina and Aspira, and the kit contains yarn and beads to make 2 lights, 1 of each style or 2 of the same. So I'll see what I like best. Really excited to do these. This is gonna be fun. I'll probably wait until it's a little closer to Christmas, but maybe not. Love making Christmas ornaments. I'm sad that the Christmas ornament kits are becoming harder to find. They really are. The only people putting them out now seems to be Mary Maxim, which is where I had to order mine last year, and that's fine, but their shipping is very expensive. So hopefully more people will start doing things like that. So after I bought all that, I was like, I'm done, no more buying things. And then I went back in. Never go back in. You're gonna buy more. So I ended up in line somehow at the lemonade shop. Now, the lemonade shop booth was so popular, there was a line just to get into the booth to shop. That was not like the paying for things line. That was the you want to look at things line. So I was in that line for quite some time. And, you know, once you've stood in a line like that, you're like, well, I guess I have to buy something. So I actually just treated myself to some minis. I hadn't really been planning on buying Lemonade Shop. And again, like I didn't have a plan. And, I already spent so much money. So I just treated myself to a couple little minis here. So this one is on her simple sock base, which is an 80% superwash and a 20% nylon. So this is 20 grams and it's her Hippo Disco colorway. How fun is that, you guys? Gray and pink speckles and blue and orange and yellow, that like limey kind of, oh, cute. And then this one, same base and weight and everything. The colorway, she has written on here D-O-A-K, and I don't know Lemonade Shop well enough to know what that stands for, and I probably should have looked it up before I started filming, but I didn't. But look how pretty. It's like a cream base with these like pinks and oranges, yellows, there's a little bit of purple in there. There we go, it's a little better. No, you know, it's kind of blowing out. That's better. Oh my God, the cat has just climbed into my bag. Calvin. Everyone meet Calvin. This is the kitten that is not mine. He's my outlaw's kitten. He is a handful. Ugh, God, you're gross. He's very sweet. He needs to get fixed, and that's happening like next week, so he'll be slightly less rambunctious. Did I just tell you? Did you not know? He and the puppy are best friends. Hi, Calvin. Aw, look at you cheesing for the camera. All right, go. Go be obnoxious somewhere else. He loves a good bag. He loves a good ball of yarn. He's made off with several. He's a handful. Anyway, so that's all the yarn that I bought at Untangled. This is all the day before I set foot into Rhinebeck. I spent too much money. Anyway, so then Rhinebeck proper. Now, I knew I needed a project bag. I accumulated a couple. Oops. Now, I have been determined to get my hands on some Toad Hollow project bags and or yarn. They recently had a trunk show at my local yarn store, Hooked in Haddonfield, and I missed it. I think that was when I was at a wedding. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And so I was so bummed that I missed that. And then I saw on Instagram, they posted that they would be at the CC's wool booth. So I was like, well, that's where I have to go, and I did. And okay, so I kept the tag on so you could see it because it's really cute. Look at their little logo. Look how pretty. So the back of the tag says, handmade by Helen and Mary Beth Graham. Thank you for buying from Toad Hollow. We can be found on Instagram and Etsy as @ToadHollowNJ. And our website is www.toadhollowNJ.com. We also have a knitting podcast on YouTube and a group on Ravelry, both under The Crafty Toads. Come join us. We're a merry bunch of misfits. How cute. So here, can you handle it? Because I cannot. We are the granddaughters of all the witches you were never able to burn. Now, I have thought about getting a tattoo of that quote. I'm not even kidding. So having it on a project bag just made me so happy. And look at this gorgeous little gingham. Nice contrast orange handle. And then the zipper and the turquoise. And then the inside is, bam! How cute! Like, I see that this is theoretically Halloween themed, but I don't give a crap. I'm gonna be using it every day for the rest of my life. And then on the back they have their little logo patch. So pretty. This work is gorgeous. Their stitches are perfect. I love this. It's a nice wedge shape. I currently have a sock in here. It's the Winding Way socks. But you could fit more than that. You could probably put like a shawl project in here, no problem. And then, you know, you just zip it closed, fold it over, shove it in your purse, whatever you want to do. Love it. I'm so happy that I bought that. But they also had one Toad Hollow colorway. I don't know if they had more than that prior to when I got to the booth and they just sold out, or if they just had the one with them at the CC's wool stand. But oh my God, get ready for this gorgeousness. This is called Falling Leaves. Look at that. It's this pastel-y orange and like a pastel olive and yellows, and the base is like a cream. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, like a corally, like the whole thing is very like peachy, and Falling Leaves is like perfect. It's perfect. So this base is their Drusilla base. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, so it would make gorgeous socks. But again, I think this is gonna have to be a shawl. It's just drop dead gorgeous. And oh man, you could pair it with so many colors. I'm in love with this. And then look at the cute little ball band. Look at the toad. Oh my God. He's knitting, I just noticed. Oh my God. I can't stand it. So cute, so talented. I will need to accumulate more of this. So Toad Hollow ladies, if you happen to see this, hello, I love you. I'm a big fan of your work. Let's be BFFs, because you're from New Jersey and I'm from New Jersey, and maybe we can all be BFFs with Molly Girl Yarns, and then we can all just be BFFs. let's have a knit night. Party at my house. So that's not all I got at CC's Wool. So their stand was phenomenal. They had awesome yarns. They had these kits to make, oh my god, they were cowls, but they were long enough to wear down like a sash, like a suffragette sash. And they said, nevertheless, she persisted. At the time that that happened, that whole nevertheless she persisted situation, Elizabeth Warren was my senator at the time, and I was like, heck yeah, she persisted! Like, so that kit was adorable. I did not pick it up, but it was adorable, and I was very tempted. What I did pick up were these, okay, they had these little kits. This is just wrinkled plastic. Oh, gorgeous. But they were Hudson Valley Textile Project kits. Now, the Hudson Valley Textile Project, there's an insert about it, is a community of farmers, dyers, millers, designers, makers, distributors, and retailers who have come together to share their knowledge and resources. We also share a concern about environmental and community impacts of the current mass market fashion trends. So they plan maker education and consumer outreach initiatives with an expected outcome of expanded investment in materials and finished goods created in the Hudson River Valley watershed. How cool is that? So this was a fundraiser for them. So the kit contains CC's Wool and Other Area Farms fiber, Newberry knitting, Cornwall Yarn Shop and Hudson Valley Craft Company project bags, and soak wool wash. So I've got a little packet of soak. Well, this is the information about soak, but here's the packet. Boop. So I can try that. The only wool wash I've used so far is Eucalan? How do you pronounce that? But this will be nice to try out. I've heard good things about soak. And then in here were gloves made by the CC's Wool people. So these were hand knit gloves. Look at these, you guys. Look at how nice these are. They're like exactly my size too, but they're so warm. They're wool, but they're not scratchy at all. They're very comfortable. So this is 100% wool from Happy Border Leicester and Romney sheep in Cobleskill, New York. Here's a little tag. CC's Wool, which is for you and your best friend. What about if my best friend doesn't knit? Does that mean I can have twice as much wool? Asking for a friend. Anyway, so I loved the CC's Wool folks. I am gonna need to start following them all over the internet. And I love these gloves, and I'm really happy that I bought this. And this kit was only $34. Like, these gloves are worth at least $34. Like, I would pay $40 for these gloves, for sure. But then to also get the soak, and also, ooh, earthquake, I'm sorry. Sorry. Hi, Pearl Cat. Got another cat napping next to me. Here we go. This project bag. It's a nice drawstring. Look at this cute little fabric pattern. So cute. They had a couple different ones available. I just was drawn to the yellow one. And the tag is from the Hudson Valley Textile Project. So it came with this nice project bag. Now, my only complaint about this project bag is that it is just like a layer of fabric. There's no lining or anything. So I did immediately put a sock project in there, and my needles just like stabbed right through. But you know what, that's okay, because this is a big bag. You can put a lot in here. I've got 4 balls of yarn in here right now, and I could put more. So put a bigger project in it is what I'm gonna do. Currently I have 2 bigger projects in there, as a matter of fact. But like a project that requires bigger needles so it doesn't just poke through the bag. So it's not a sock bag, but that's fine. Love it. So that project bag and those gloves and the sample of soak, and this was a fundraiser for the Hudson Valley Textile Project, and I only paid $34. That's amazing. Sorry about the tiny little earthquake you just had. Pearl decided to shake herself. Oh no, Pearly. No, Pearl. Oh no, Pearly, back it up. Beep, beep, beep. I'm surprised this is the first time she's interrupting the podcast, because she likes to literally climb right up here sometimes. I have pictures. It's hilarious. Oh, hi, Arizona. Oh my god, all the animals are into me right now. Uh-oh. Oh, there's gonna be a cat and dog fight. Back it up. Oh my god. Chaos. Anyway, so that was from CC's Wool. and I think I just have the one more acquisition, finally. Okay. I got some gorgeous Corriedale roving. This is 4 ounces, so that would make like a skein of yarn, you know. Ooh, sheepy but pleasant. It's very soft. I mean, not like alpaca or merino soft, but like it's soft. So my lovely best friend Gina, hi Gina, I love you. As I was moving, she gifted me a hand spindle, a drop spindle, and some roving. And so I'm very determined to learn how to drop spindle. I was giving it a shot last night. I was atrocious. I'm gonna keep trying. And while I was in Rhinebeck, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some roving. That's what I'm gonna do. I think this is actually top, not roving. I need to learn better the difference between the two. But regardless, it's wool fluff that's ready to work with. Put it that way. And so my plan is to spindle this, hopefully into like a usable yarn and not just like a pile of garbage, and then dye it at some point. So that'll be fun. I'll be able to make something with my own hand-spun, hand-dyed yarn. How cool will that be, right? And actually I got a little free sample of fiber from a stand at Rhinebeck too, so I can do just a teeny little bit of this like maroony, not maroon, magenta, I don't know, pinkish, off pinkish, reddish yarn. So that's gonna be great. So I'll keep you guys apprised of how this spindling adventure goes. Hopefully I can eventually be good at it. That'd be great. I was reading all these things about like how to pick a spinning wheel and etc. last night, and I was like, it's overwhelming. So I'll just start with my drop spindle and see where life takes me from there. So those are all of my Rhinebeck acquisitions. That's it. And by that's it, I mean, holy crap, that is so much. Of course, a lot of people did far worse damage than me, so that makes me feel better about myself. It's fine, right? It's fine. And eventually my Discover card was like, well, I guess she just has a problem, and that's actually her spending. Correct. So that was Rhinebeck. Amazing. I can't believe I've been talking for an hour. Is anyone still there? Hello? I want to show you guys a couple of whips real quick, and I would like to brag about this sweater. So this is an FO, not a recent FO. I finished this in August, maybe? July? I don't remember. This is, I always want to call this project Gansey, but its actual name is Bowline. Yes, by Tin Can Knits. I was a test knitter for this project. This was my first test knit. It kicked my butt in certain places, but I learned a lot from it. And the reason why it kicked my butt actually turned out that the pattern was like incorrect from line 1. It was like the wrong number of cast-on stitches, which made keeping the pattern really hard once you got to the neckline. But that's why you have people test knit. So now the pattern is perfect. I have a copy of the finished pattern, and I was like, yeah, that would have been easier. But I did make it work. I knit this in Barocco Remix, which is all recycled fibers, and it is a cotton, linen, nylon, silk blend. Maybe there's one other fiber in there. I think that's all of them though. And it is like green with like orange and white kind of speckles. I really love this project. It fits me very nicely. It's very comfortable. Today it's something like 65 degrees out, so it's finally kind of like comfortable sweater weather. I'm not wearing anything like a t-shirt underneath, or it would be way too hot. And it's like borderline too warm, but you know, eventually you just have to wear your sweaters and just deal with it. Oh no, puppy kitten fight. Here we go. Anyway, so that's an FO. I did finish that Clayacot toque, and I meant to have it over here to show it to you, and I forgot to do that, so maybe that'll be next time. And then whips. Let me show you what I banged out last night. Whoa! It's a hoe. Half object. So this is Maze by Tin Can Knits. It's a beginner's project for mittens. They have it written to do either fingerless or like a full mitten. I don't like mittens, really. I mean, in the era of the smartphone, like you gotta have your fingers available. But I just was really determined to do a glove project. I'd never done one before. I was just in the mood. The mood struck me last night. And I whipped this one up in probably like 2 hours. Maybe it was less even. And I did start the second one. That is cast on. I'm working on the cuff here. The yarn is Cascade Yarns Eco Duo, which is a 70% baby alpaca and a 30% merino, and they're both undyed. So check out that halo. This is a fuzzy one. I love these colors. This is like the softest, most decadent thing on the face of the earth. It is so soft and silky and fluffy. I just want like footy pajamas made out of this. Yeah, so are these gonna be prone to pilling and felting? Probably. Do I care? No, not really. These are gonna be for me. My new job does require me to be in and out of an industrial cooler all day, so I think it'll be nice to have some hand warmers where I still have access to my fingers, so I can still record things on my smartphone if I need to. Yeah, loving these. So simple, so quick. I will definitely be finishing the second mitt today. Go do that pattern, Maze. That's also a part of the beginner's collection. It is a free pattern. It is dead simple. If you need a quick little gift, bam. You could definitely do these 2 at a time on Magic Loop and do them even faster. Well, no, I guess it's slower usually to do 2 at a time, but whatever. Anyway, so that's one whip. Other whip. Okay, I'm back. First, what I'm going to show you is that other FO. Look at this. This is the Clayacot toque that I was working on, and it was kind of a secret. This is for my mother outlaw, Tracy. So I did this in Cascade Sunseeker shade, 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. It's very soft, very sturdy, machine washable, dryable. Gotta love it. I did a navy base with a yellow and an orange in contrasting colors. Oop. She left this at home today, so I'm stealing it. What's up? Right? I mean, it's not really my colors, but it came out really good. She really likes it, so that was her birthday present. Happy birthday, Tracy. I love you. So that was my last FO. My last acquisition, which I kind of forgot about, New York Sheep and Wool Festival project bag drawstring. So that was another souvenir I picked up at the souvenir tent, and I'm really loving it. And then inside of it, last work in progress. So you know how I said I was gonna try to teach myself Magic Loop? Bam! Here I am. Okay, so I cast on to my Addy Turbo sock rockets. They're a size 1 US, and I love them. They're a great needle. They're sharp. The cable is nice. There's an extremely smooth join between the needle and the cable. So A+, highly recommend the Addy Turbo sock rockets. And I am doing a modified Blueberry Waffle sock. Blueberry Waffles is written for a worsted weight yarn on like a size 5 needle or something like that. I chose to do it on the size 1s with a fingering weight yarn. So I just modified to a different stitch count that I know works for me. I did 60 in this case. And then I took a heel from Beth Garbo's beach chair socks, which I did as a mystery knit along this summer. I really love the heel she uses for that. It's a short row heel, but it's shadow wrap short rows. Really love it. Fit very well for me, so I decided to plug that into this pattern. So I'm kind of just making it up as I go. But I'm on the first sock. The heel is turned. This is actually inside out, as a matter of fact, but, or is it not? It's not at this point, never mind, I lied. So the Blueberry Waffles is a broken rib. Loving it. This is flying along. This was like my primary project during Rhinebeck. Really loving it. And yeah, very happy with it. The yarn is Manos del Uruguay. There we go. And it's the Alegria, which is an 80% or 75% superwash, and then 20 or 25% nylon. I can't recall off the top of my head, don't have the ball band with me. And this colorway is called Royal, and isn't it breathtaking? Like, what a gorgeous, gorgeous, deep, rich blue. I love it so much. It's a bit tonal. It's just, these are gonna be gorgeous socks. So that's my other whip. And the magic loop is so simple. Like, I'm doing my winding way socks on the DPNs, and that's fine. But magic loop might be like my new go-to for socks. I'm loving it. So next step for me is teaching myself 2 at a time on magic loop. So that'll be cool. No more second sock syndrome, and also great for yarn management purposes. Yeah. So that was everything I wanted to talk to you guys about. Sorry that this is crazy long, and thank you for watching. You can find me on Ravelry. I'm I'd Pickle That. I'm also on Instagram as I'd Pickle That, IDPICKLETHAT. Send me a message. I love hearing from you guys. Please subscribe. Please comment. I read everything and would love to hear from you guys. A big part of the reason why I'm here is just to be more involved in the knitting community and get to know more people. So I'd love to hear from you. Leave me your suggestions and your feedback, and just say hello. And if you happen to be one of the people I said let's be BFFs, then, you know, let's be BFFs. So thanks guys, and happy knitting. Next time you see me, I'll be in my new apartment, so it won't be that background. It won't be my Outlaws kitchen, and there'll be no more puppies zooming around. So you're welcome. Or I don't know, maybe that'll be sad for you guys. Bye, happy knitting!